It's empowering,
inspiring, and thought-provoking conversations.
It's the Queendom State of Mind.
With your host,
April,
Brooke, and Tawanda. Welcome, listeners.
Hey
listeners. Welcome to another edition of the Queendom State of Mind podcast, where we speak to women who are just, I just think they're dope. We have dope women on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, and today ain't no different, okay? So we have none other than nationally board certified health and wellness coach, Brenda Green.
Hi, everybody.
Look, AKA my coach. Okay, AKA, okay. Brenda, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for inviting me. This is an amazing space. First time I'm on a podcast, so I'm excited to be here with you guys and talking all about
You're welcome.
health and wellness.
Yeah, you
And
came in
she
here
came
looking
to slay.
fat. This is what I'm saying.
yeah,
You
yeah.
came in snatched.
I'm in the
She was
spring.
gonna have
I want
like
to come
fitness clothes
spring,
on
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but you know what?
I was like, I'm wearing my J's.
No.
we're
I
good.
first of all,
on still
And me too.
I knew Brenda was going to come in looking like something. Okay, Brenda always looking like a snack. Okay,
We are. The fitness clothes is for the gym.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm trying to get out of that. Like, I'm always in fitness clothes. So now when I do
Understood.
stuff for business, this is business mode.
Okay.
We in business mode. Where's my
Feel
blazer?
you, right? Okay.
that's
Pull
what's
out the
up.
blazer.
That's what's up. So today we want to talk about really honestly all things health, all things wellness, all things for women, all things about our body. Okay, you know, and what better person to talk to than you? Like I know me and you. First of all, you guys, me and Brenda, we meet every week. Literally every week. So one week I'm coaching her, the next week she coaching me.
Yes.
Right, so that's how we do our thing. But I learned, Brenda, I'm learning so much from you in just regards to health and wellness, and she makes me think about things. And you know, the one thing that I love about your style of coaching is because you know you've learned me as an individual, and it's kind of like you meet me where I am.
Absolutely.
It's not like no one cookie cutter
Right. model,
and it's like it's not regimented. And she's just like, yeah, girl, I was just waiting for you to figure it out. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So how did you develop that style? Like where did you get that from? Like, is that your thing?
Honestly, when I first started, that wasn't my thing. Just learning, going through the process. So just a little bit, I've been in the industry for a little bit over 8 years, doing health and wellness specifically for women, always have worked with women. There's a passion of mine to always work with women for twofolds. One, I'm obviously a woman. Two, what I noticed around in my circle was that women didn't really take care of themselves. They put themselves in the back burner. And that came to real fruition when I saw my aunt in 2016, while I was going through breast cancer, really bring me in, take care of me, while she was herself sick and actually ended up passing away.
Wow.
Because she was busy taking care of everyone else, including me,
That's what we do.
instead of taking care of herself. And that's really when that light bulb hit, like, hold up. How are you taking care of me? You're not taking care of yourself. And now you're not here. So that was a real motivator for me to work with women and continue to work with women. So for the last, 8-10 years, I've been working specifically with women for that aspect. And it has evolved. So I did start with the cookie cutter. I didn't know any better.
Right.
But as I continue to learn and educate myself and take courses and get certified here and get certified there, I realized there's different ways to coach. Just like if you go to the gym, you probably see that one coach that's always yelling and screaming, and that's his way of
guy
motivating.
downstairs.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, you not my coach. You yelling at me too much.
Yeah. And some people have that style, and that works for some people.
It does.
But it doesn't work for everyone.
Sure don't.
Telling you what to do all the time is not, to me, is not learning.
That's good.
And that's where I kind of transition away from the cookie cutter stuff and transition more into intuitive teaching and eating and, exercise. What could you do? What could fit into your life? And let's start there. So that's kind of how I started.
Well, my weight loss journey and fitness journey is a roller coaster. And it is what it is. And I've come to that conclusion that it is going to be that way. And when I'm motivated, I'm motivated. And when I'm not, I'm not. And I feel like some fitness coaches are real, like, strong and like, and I get it. You have to kind of push that person to motivate them. But it's so good to hear someone say that you meet people where they are.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm going to be inconsistent. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Love, support me, encourage me while I'm doing it. Yep. And when I'm not, still do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't, have like such a hard demeanor and even on yourself. Like, some people are hard on themselves because they haven't kept up this fitness and weight loss, diets and eating right. It's a journey. And I have come to the point where, yes, it's a journey. Like right now, I'm losing weight, right? Air quote. And that's for now, and I like that you meet people where they are. But I know you said that you had breast cancer, and thank God that you're here, and I could hear like now, like you're in your purpose, you're in your calling, you're learning how God wants to use you.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that you mentioned the breast cancer, two, that God is putting me in alignment. One of the reasons I started working with Tawanda is because I've shifted. I was working with just a lot of different women, just busy women, moms, things of that nature. I'm actually shifting into working with breast cancer survivors. That's really nice. Where I want to start, because what I also noticed, I have a story. I was able to really, fitness was what saved me through cancer. I have videos and pictures of me exercising completely bald in the middle of my chemo treatments. Wow. That was the way I fought cancer. That was every morning that I was able to, I will move my body. And that day, if I moved my body, was the day I beat cancer. And that's the way I took it. So now if I could give that to another woman who's in the process or just finished and doesn't know where to start, because now your whole life went upside down and it will never be the same. You know how we talk about this is post-COVID or pre-COVID? Now it's pre-cancer, post-cancer, because life is completely different. So walking that person through that process just like I did is going to be something that I'm really passionate, and I know I'll be able to help some women because I did it. I walked a walk. I did that. So I'm excited for that transition.
Powerful.
Can you talk a little bit? I'm still getting your emails, and the last, I think it was a couple of months ago, you sent an email. I read through them, and but there was one in particular where you say for women that are working, business women, to try to stand as much as possible or walk around as much as possible. And that particular one, I was like, okay. It's hard. It's hard to do. You know what I mean? But you're right about that, because you sit down. Sometimes I don't even go out to lunch, and it's like, okay, I'll just eat anything. Not eating healthy. On the phone. The only time that I really am getting up from my desk is if I have to go actually do a wellness check or something upstairs on the upper floors. But basically, how do you? Would you speak to like discipline, how the discipline comes into play with the health part of it?
That's funny, Brenda. We was talking about this
Yeah,
today. Look,
we were.
Tell them what you doing for me.
Okay.
today.
So we definitely had this conversation this morning regarding kind of discipline. It's really finding what fits your schedule. Like, what is that? What does that look like? It's not going to look the same.
Right.
And, one of the things we were saying, like, we overcomplicate this process.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you go on Google, there's so much information that it gets overwhelming. You get frustrated. You're like, forget it. I don't even know where to start. But it's not that complicated. One, you're going to eat anyway, right?
Right.
And two, you're going to move. The question is how you're going to do it. Because you're eating.
Right.
Okay, so it's that mindset shift on what you're eating and being more mindful. So a lot of people believe, and this is where it gets overwhelming, is that, I just need this meal plan, or I need this Peloton. I need this new flashy thing because that's what's going to get me to lose weight. But if your mind hasn't shifted to that's just a tool that's going to get you there. But if you don't find a way to get on it, it's not going to happen. So it's really important to find, if you come to me for help, and you tell me I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 6 weeks, I'm not your girl. Okay. I'm long-term. I'm trying to change lifestyle for life. So when you come to me, we're going to work together. It's going to be small steps, but you're going to see a progress. It's just going to be small progress. It's going to be things that you'll be able to sustain. And, consistency you mentioned earlier, you can't stay consistent. It's probably because the things that you're doing, one, either you don't want to really do them. Two, you over analyze it too much and it gets frustrating and gets too hard. So you're like, I ain't going to do it today. And then today becomes tomorrow. And then the next day, and then before you know it, 3 months have passed and nothing has happened. But if you find something small that you're able to do, that's where the changes start.
It's my love for food too. Like that's my thing.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Food
Talk
is
about
like
it.
this,
And that's okay.
Like me and food are like this, okay? And that's the hard part. It's like I just be wanting this and I be wanting that, and so I'm better now, since COVID, because that was the wake up call.
yeah.
Like people out here dying. I need to lose some weight.
Yep.
They were saying like if you're overweight and if you have any type of anything that you the first to go. And of course I plead the blood of Jesus. But I also skipped a few meals. And I lost like 18 pounds like the first 2 years of COVID because I was like skipping a meal and being mindful of what I was eating. I was like actually paying attention. That's why I said it's a up and down thing. It's the exercise part is where I'm seriously inconvenient. I mean, like I'm just like inconsistent.
Inconsistent, yeah.
Like I like Zumba. I like salsa dancing. Like I love Spanish dancing. I feel like I need a partner or something to do something fun to lose weight. But if you want me to do like sit-ups and like squats and stuff like that, it's torture to me.
Yeah. And so don't do it.
Right.
Don't force yourself to don't do it.
And then sometimes, y'all, I be like, oh, snap, I need to exercise. Like, I be forgetting. Like,
We were exercising before, remember?
how do you forget?
But listen to
I was
what she
at one
said.
point.
Yeah.
But listen to what Brenda said. First of all, the
She
same
said
way
don't
how
do
she
it.
talking now. This how
How she, I've been to a few of her.
She hypnotizes you. Is what she does.
yeah.
She was,
Don't do it.
She was like, you know what? If that
Don't do it.
And I'd be like, yeah, Brenda, because such and she's like, if that doesn't work, it's okay. Then don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Like,
Who's being
but that's the reality of it. Like in what I love about how you do it is like you help the person find their way. Because that's what I feel like it's doing for me. And like you said, it's not those like big changes, but it's like you let me come to the awareness of what it is, and she was like, yeah, because I was giving you one more week because I was going to tell you about yourself. But she was like, but good thing you had
came to it.
Yeah, I had came to the awareness of
one
it. It was
more
just
week.
like, so it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, she was like, yeah, I was just listening for a couple of weeks and just letting you just, kind of like get it all out. Because that is true. If you let someone talk long enough, they will tell you everything you need to know. And then you just be like, but the other piece of it is, it's that, okay, so why a health and wellness coach, right? Why do you need a health and wellness coach? For me, I would say the biggest piece of it is that accountability. Because this is what she did. This is what she did for me today, right? So I had Brenda be in my business, y'all. I want y'all to know Brenda be in my business. Brenda tracks my steps. So my Apple Watch is hooked to some app that Brenda got that can see how many steps I take. Okay. Right? So
we did step police.
So she did this whole thing where it was like this average of my steps or whatever. And then she was like, okay, this day you did good, blah, 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 whatever. And so then today we came up with a plan about what my average is going to be for walking. But it's that accountability. It wasn't like, well, how many steps you took? I was like, well, I probably did like 5,000. I'm probably giving roundabout numbers. She just get on her phone like,
and
yeah,
she
girl,
can see, right?
You did this, you did this. And I was like, why did I sync my app with her?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't have an Apple, so that's good.
But no.
But that's what's needed. It's with the tracker. It's really important to track.
It's other things. But what we came to the conclusion was, it was just like, okay, I came up with a number that I'm going to do. And then also realized that in one of my offices, I was telling her, and I didn't even think about this until we were talking about it, I got a treadmill in one of my offices that I never get on.
Wow.
Everybody be coming to my office, they be like, oh, that's dope. You be getting on that. I'd be like, child, I don't even be getting on that thing.
That's collecting dust.
It's collecting dust. So what we decided is I'm going to get a laptop tray and put it on the treadmill. Right. And at least 30 minutes or so a day, I can work and be on the treadmill. And I was just like...
Yeah, similar to what you said in that email. Yeah, don't sit at your desk. Walk around.
Every day, all day. Yeah. Till the sun go down.
Yeah, so you got to
it's just get up and move. It's just really being mindful. To be honest with you, a lot of people underestimate walking.
Right.
Which is why the steps are really important now, like, because you could track that. And you don't necessarily have to track it. The reason we track it is because, well, I want to see what your baseline is. What do you normally do when you're not trying to put an effort into it? And that would allow, from that baseline, then we could create a goal, because you want to do a little bit more than your baseline, because your baseline is, there's not going to be any change there. So don't underestimate just walking. And it's you against you. So even though I'm looking at the app and the steps, you're challenging yourself.
Right.
What you just did in the last 2 weeks, when we meet again in 2 weeks, what did you do this week? And we'll compare that. So it's really you against you. And that's that kind of motivation. And the more you do it, the more consistent you'll be. We also found a way where it's not an additional time that she's adding or another project. And that's very important. It's finding ways to do it. Yeah, that it's not another project.
Wait, okay?
Okay. No, but what you said about the walking is really true, because I just came back from London and we weren't driving around like what we did. We took the subways through sightseeing and stuff. And when I came back from that trip, I got on the scale and I lost 2 pounds. I was like, how did that happen
vacation.
When I was eating constantly eating.
You were
walking everywhere.
You were moving.
Yeah.
So do not underestimate walking. It doesn't.
Right.
And finding something that you enjoy. The weather is finally warm.
Right.
This is a great time just to go outside. I do a lot of walking. I either walk my dog, but I do walking as meditation too. I go out there with no phone, no headphones. It's just me and earth. Me, God, the sun, I'm admiring the flowers that are blooming. Just the other day, just yesterday, actually, I came outside. I was like, oh, when you bloomed? I didn't even see y'all. They're just out here now. And just noticing the things that you didn't notice, and just getting those extra steps in. But what I was going to say is, find places that you're already doing it, like simple things, and I'll start throwing out some tips for walking. Instead of parking the closest parking spot to the store, park a little further. That could give you another 100 steps. You know, with Tawana, when we started working, she was like, well, you were thinking about going out and walking. And then she was like, but I could walk the property where I work. I have to go around the properties. So that's how she's something that she has to kind of do anyway. It works out for her job. It works out for her, and she'll get those extra steps. So now she's not adding any additional time to anything. It's not an additional project, and it doesn't become overwhelming because it's easy. So that's when she could become consistent. That's when you become consistent.
Oh, April, you could do that. You could walk your property.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously,
I
if
do
you want to get extra steps in.
I'm pretty active at work, but it's when you leave. It's like you drive here, you drive there, you drive.
At your desk all day.
Yeah. I'm at my desk most of the day. But I'm saying I'm active at work. I'm not sitting stationary at my desk. I'll go out of the office. I'm in the office. But what I'm saying is, when you leave, it's like you drive here, you drive there. It's not. I have to get in the mindset of, like, I could probably walk to work, actually, because I'm really close to my job, really close.
Yeah.
Like on a good day, like the weather that we've been having, I could probably walk to work.
Yeah.
Walk to work and walk back. It takes me all of 15 minutes, so it's like,
and it's not hard. It's
and
something
it's
that
not
you have
hard
to go to anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
It just might require just getting up a little bit earlier because you're gonna, add those.
Now
15
walking
minutes
to the
in.
mall, that probably would take off thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
But you would try to walk to the mall. Wouldn't
Oh yeah, if I had to, I would walk to the
Like
mall.
what? I would walk to the mall.
All the way to the mall. Walk in the mall. You get
Yes,
to 10,000
walk in the
steps
mall.
real quick
That's
in the
a great
mall.
idea, Brenda.
Walk in the mall.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
She does that already.
But she does that already.
Oh, no, I have to.
But you
Well,
can't
That
buy
sounds like that's
nothing.
your baseline based on what
Yes.
they're
Her
saying already.
Yeah,
It
That
is,
might not
it
count.
Yeah. She was like, I just got back from London.
Yes.
And she's world traveling.
Yes. I love
So
it.
April,
I
you could
love it.
probably do that. You could probably walk to work maybe once or
Yeah.
twice a week.
I think
especially
I'm
with
gonna
the weather.
try. I'm gonna
Try
try.
it one day and see if you like it.
I've done it one day. My
I would
car
say,
was
wear your
down
good
and I had to
And
do
you
it.
went to work.
Yeah, and I walked to work.
Wear your
Yeah.
good sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
that.
And now the other part of that, and I'm glad you mentioned it, you was like, try it once today. Just try it.
Okay.
Because the other thing we try to do too much is put those goals that are too big, like, oh, I found what I like. I'm going to go 5 times a week.
Right.
Girl.
No.
Girl.
Like, sit down.
It starts off that way, but it doesn't.
Now, if I'm coaching you, I'll be like, okay.
You
Go ahead and
she'll
do
let
it.
you figure it out.
Wow.
The next week, you
And then next week be like, girl, I couldn't do it. I only did like 3 days. All right, so let's drop the 5-day
Yeah.
goal to 3 that is doable.
Right, doable. That's
Doable.
The key. That's the key.
So, giving yourself like, okay, I'm going to commit to walking 2 times a week. And you got your extra steps.
In
gonna try.
June, they are making all of us come back a minimum of 2 days a week.
oh, a whole 2 days.
Wow.
So you work from home?
Look.
You work from home?
Yes.
A whole 2 days.
And
Oh,
I had a
oh,
rough week.
Pookie.
I'm going to
feel
just
you.
say this
Listen.
was a rough week.
I work from home too, so
And
listen.
the benefit is I'll be walking more because I work on a campus. So it's like 7 buildings. And just to get to the cafeteria,
didn't realize
it's a 5-minute walk, you
Yep.
know, to get to the cafeteria. And it's huge. It's like a courtyard at the mall type of thing. So I'll be walking more, so I could make a commitment to on those days to maybe walk a little bit more. So like this past week, I walked like 7,000 steps one day.
Okay, so you tracking.
Yeah,
She be looking.
4,000. But that's with my phone, so I don't have a watch. So I probably walked more, you know. So like my phone, if it's not on me, then
It doesn't track.
know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I see the possibility of that kind of helping me.
That's good.
Yeah,
2
absolutely.
days a week, I know I'll be walking at least like
And that's a great start.
3 to 6 miles, because like 7,000 steps is like 3 miles.
Is it? That's what it equates
Yeah,
to?
5,000.
It's like a 5 or 6K. Or
It
something
depends
like
on it's an average.
That's what the Google told.
Yeah,
me.
that's
The
what
the
Google's
Google.
not-
Okay,
not the
yeah.
Google.
10,000 steps is 5 miles. I think 5,000 steps is about 3.
Yeah, I used to
Like a
always hear
5K.
about 10,000 steps. It's like you're supposed to walk 10,000 steps a day. Like, is that a real thing?
That's just
Okay.
that
Is that a real thing?
No,
It ain't a
that's
real
the
thing
thing.
in my life.
That is, it became a thing.
Okay.
It's
became
become
a
very
thing, wow.
popular. It's been a good goal to have.
10,000 steps.
Yeah, but
yeah.
10,000
Yeah,
steps is about
A lot of people
5,000.
Like, oh, I got.
I got to get my 10,000
Yeah,
steps,
no.
but those are very intentional steps. Those are very intentional steps.
Right?
So it's
'Cause I'm
not
like,
your
dang.
baseline. Like, this is what I'm. Those are very intentional. You have to be very intentional to get your 10,000 steps. Yeah, yeah,
You sure do.
yeah.
Because
That's you-
I like volunteering for Take Your Child to Work Day. Let me tell you, they ran me ragged.
Wow, you got your steps in there.
got your
I tell
steps
you,
in,
I
yeah.
walked like 4 miles that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot. I couldn't imagine more than that.
Yeah, no.
No, and it's doable. You get there in increments. You're just not all of a sudden going to start walking 10,000 steps. Yeah.
So besides eating, like, wait, did you have something?
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna say on the next nice day, listeners, I'm gonna walk and with my phone and broadcast that walk from my house
Yes.
to work.
That
And
broadcast
then back.
is like-
Yes.
Live. Facebook
Okay,
Live.
stay
So we
tuned,
can get
listeners.
on.
Stay
Yes,
tuned. Okay,
next nice day.
Yes, yes.
Well, yeah, and you
Is
should.
that
and you should
Monday?
be tracking.
I'm serious.
And you should
Monday.
be tracking.
Yeah,
Put it at
my
your
watch will.
tracks.
Yeah, my
Okay,
watch
so
will.
your
Watch
app-
track.
your watch
Yeah, I'm
track.
excited.
Yeah.
Hope it rains a
so we
couple
can
of
say
days.
something.
Not you hoping
Yeah,
rain.
Stop.
See,
You're not
that's
gonna
that
know.
sabotage. That's that
Self-sabotage. Just gave herself a go and looking
and then
for a way
she's
to
like,
out of
yeah.
it.
Right?
But isn't that like us? We give
Yeah.
ourselves
Yes,
a goal and
yes,
look for a way
yes,
out.
yes.
And look
Like,
for a way
okay,
out.
like prime example. So I had I had my Peloton bike, right?
You
So-
do?
Well, I don't have it no more. I don't have it no more.
You
You
see,
don't got it no more.
Things
I
is a whole car payment, like a whole car.
No, but you know what I did, because they had it where you could rent it.
rented them. Yeah, they do.
And so I was glad, and I actually was glad that I rented it instead of out and out bought it, because I know me, like
Yeah.
I'll like something for a minute,
Yeah.
and then the next thing, that thing over in the corner collecting dust and clothes, it done became an extra clothes rack, right?
Yeah.
So when I got it, I was excited about it. You know what I'm saying? One, it was the new thing.
Right,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It's
right.
like, oh, got my Peloton, and I met my boy Alex. Like, hey, Alex, Alex Tucson, he was in something else, right? So, but it was just really, really cool, right? Then I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. I was like, this seat hurt
That's
my butt.
what she does.
Like, it's
You
just
gotta
like
have. I ain't gonna
buns
say
of
the
steel.
word.
Okay, it was
You
just
gotta
like
have something
everything.
Still.
I had what you call them shorts? I had them little booty bottom
Bottom
shorts
shorts that had
you
the
put
cushion.
Wow.
cushion in and the
Padding.
padding. That didn't do nothing. I had extra padding on the seat. But then I wasn't having fun with it, right? So I was like, yeah, this bike is gonna go back, right? So then I was telling Brenda about it, and I was like, yeah, now I'm about to get these VR glasses where you can do
Oh,
exercise.
Exercises.
I was on that for about a good 2-3 weeks, right?
I let
Brenda
her
was
ride.
Like, Brenda was like,
She said,
okay.
"I let her ride."
I let her ride.
Okay.
Listen, that's what she wants to
Right,
try.
right.
So then the third week, I think like the third or fourth week, I came back. I was like, yeah, Brenda, I decided not to get those because I was like, I can't just be going from one thing to the next thing or
Really?
whatever. It's like, it's not about the glasses. It's the mindset
Yeah.
or whatever. And she was like, I was just waiting for you. I was like, okay.
Wow.
But if she would have bought it, I would have supported her too. So
Right.
that's the part of health and wellness. Like the coaching that I do is I am not here to tell you what to do. I am here to guide you. So think about a GPS. Your GPS, you put in the coordinates where you want to go, and the
gets you
GPS guides you
That's right.
there. But if you decide to make a left when the GPS is telling you to go right, like make that left.
Right.
And I will walk with you to reroute you. So that's
Right.
really the relationship. It's really more of a partnership versus me telling you what to do. Because who wants to be told what to do?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be told what to do. And if I tell you, you're not gonna do it anyway. So then you frustrated, I'm frustrated, and nobody wins.
Because I'm pushing the end on Zoom like I don't know who she thinks she is. I'm I'm about to eat this anyway. I'm about to
Okay.
do this anyway. And when she asks me, I ain't telling her nothing. Like, no.
Like if I told you what to do, right?
Yeah.
So it's more of a partnership, not. And unfortunately, society and just what you see on social media is like the coach is telling you what to do. You gotta eat this. You gotta do this. You gotta push this. You got like, yeah, but that doesn't work for everybody. That's not where everyone. Where they are. So all the coaching is very personalized to make sure that you meet the goal that you need in a way that you're able to meet it.
Oh, Brenda, tell them what you told me about carbs at nighttime. Oh, child.
Okay.
When I tell you that had hit different when she said that, I was just like, I was like, wait, what?
So when it comes to nutrition, again, we overcomplicate things. We're not trying to cook 5-course meals of veggies and all this. No. The way I teach nutrition first is whatever you're eating now, you're eating it because you like it, right?
Right. True.
You enjoy it, right? Perfect. You don't need to overhaul your entire breakfast because all of a sudden you're on a diet. How could you look at that meal and make it a little healthier? That's it. Just a little bit healthier.
Just add zucchini.
Brooke and her listeners, we had a nice charcuterie board.
We did.
Brooke
We
making her
did. It was so
charcuterie
good too. And we had raw zucchini,
Yeah.
which I never had. So thank you
None
for
of
putting
us
me
ever
on.
had raw zucchini. Like, we
Yes,
used to be
putting me
cooking
onto
it
that.
with some onions
shocked.
and a little adobo. And, you know.
Yeah, just add a little zucchini. No, I'm
So,
just kidding.
but yes, you can add a little zucchini onto that breakfast. But if you make an omelet or, you have it with a toast, don't do the white bread. Do a whole wheat bread.
Right,
If you have a regular omelet, add some spinach, add some peppers, onions, add some veggies in there. So you're just making that just a little bit better, and it's exactly what you like.
Okay.
And then what we eat at night.
And then when you eat at night, I was going to get there.
Yeah,
She
I
wants
wanna
to get
hear
to the
this.
carb situation. So when it comes to carbs, I kind of teach carbs a little bit different, where I will want you to eat your carbs mostly in the daytime, doing breakfast and your lunch and your snacks. And that's because throughout the day, so carbs is your energy source. If you're not on keto, carb is your energy source. If you're on keto, fat is your energy source. Right. So on a regular balanced diet, carbs is your energy source. So what happens with the carbs, you eat your carbs, it gives you energy, you burn that throughout the day. Now, when you eat carbs for dinner, you're not burning that because you're going straight to sleep. So what happens to the
makes
carbs?
sense.
So what happens to the carbs? You either burn them or you store them. And they turn into fat.
Turn into
If
sugar.
they're-
Wow.
Yes, they turn into sugar, turn into fat.
So while you sleep, you getting fat.
So while you're
That's
sleeping,
what it said to me.
that's how she took it.
Yeah,
but
when-
yes.
I mean,
So
basically, right?
could you stop
Basically.
eating carbs? You don't need to stop eating carbs at night. It's just being more mindful about how much you're eating. And it also matters the quality of the carbs that you're eating.
Wow.
So if you're eating, all carbs are not created equal. So if you're eating white rice, that's very the what is it called? I just drew a blank. But if you eat the white rice, that's gonna be heavier than if you had like quinoa or something like that.
Is brown rice good?
Brown rice as well.
Okay.
So what do you
Rice
think
in
about
general.
intermittent fasting?
I don't hate any diet. Intermittent fasting, keto, paleo, I don't care what you eat. Is it something that you could do it long term? That's my first question. And if you want to do it long term and you can, great. If you know you're going in for short term, that's fine. So with intermittent fasting, how consistent are you going to be with that? You can't be intermittent fasting Monday through Friday and then Saturday and Sunday it goes out the window.
Binge.
Wow.
Because
It's defeating
No,
the
seriously.
purpose.
It's defeating the purpose.
It's defeating the purpose.
It's just
I
your
know
body.
that.
So your body starts getting
Yeah.
accustomed. So this is why so many people I don't eat. Why am I gaining weight?
Right.
Okay. So you eat one meal a day, your body's gonna be like, okay, I just ate. It's gonna hold on to that food. It's not, and granted, that's not even talking about the quality of the food that you're eating in that one meal, or the size of that one meal, or the portion of that one meal. So when you eat it, the nutrients are not going to really go anywhere. You're going to hold on to that food because your body's like, well, I don't know when you're going to feed me again, so I'm going to hold on right here, and that's what we're going to do. So when you intermediate fast, if you're intermittent fasting, your body starts getting accustomed. Okay, she's not allowing me to eat till 12 o'clock. I'm not eating till 12. That's fine. It's going to start burning. It's going to start helping. But the moment Saturday and Sunday comes and then you binge, it's like your body's like, what just happened?
That's good.
What just happened? So now you're confusing yourself, confusing your body. The body is so amazing that I know my hunger cues are almost at every single time. I don't even have to look at my watch.
And you know what time it is.
And I'll be like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, yeah, it's 3 o'clock. It's time for a snack. Like, that's how regimented you could be when you eat at certain times. Now it's easy. It's easier for me because I work from home and stuff like that, and I'm more aware. But if it's not, when you intermittent fast, that's what happens. So if you intermittent fast, try to be consistent with it. Give yourself a time frame. So I'm going to intermittent fast, for 14 days and see how that goes for the full 14 days. And
Not
see
that
how that
week-
goes.
Not that weekend
Not that
stuff,
weekend
right? I was
thing.
getting ready to
Because you
say,
know
not
me,
that
I'm
weekend. A weekend, I'm looking at ice cream.
Girl, I can intermittent fast all weekday. Girl, I'm running into
weekend,
the weekends.
it's a treat,
Like, what?
Yeah.
I eat more when I go into the office. So like right now I do 2 days every other week, but now I got to go in every week in June. But those are the days where I eat. Like lunch is like a thing. Like, oh, I'm having lunch today because I'm in the office. But I don't eat at home.
Yeah.
I eat late. That's my thing. I go all day. Like today, that was the first thing I ate today was our little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so your body's like, you haven't fed me all
That's
day.
not good.
Yeah, you got to eat. Like Brenda taught me to eat breakfast. Like something basic and something simple as eating breakfast. Like I would never be eating breakfast. I would skip breakfast every now and then. I eat breakfast.
Never eat
And it's like, no.
It wakes up your
breakfast.
metabolism when you do eat breakfast. I truly believe that. If you're intermittent fasting, obviously that's not where you are, which is why it's so important to continue to do it for the time frame that you decide to do it. But breakfast is important. It wakes up your metabolism. It allows you to, it starts working as opposed to just building gas and bubbles. And then what happens is most people have a coffee in the morning. That fills them up. Then they
That's
don't
me.
eat. That's
That's
you,
me,
April?
yes.
Okay, April, let me look
I
at
don't
you,
have
April.
the food. I have my
I've
coffee.
never drank coffee a day in my life.
I'm not a
good for
coffee
you.
person.
Yeah.
But
Don't
now
start.
that you're saying
Well, she
eating,
said,
when
don't
you were
start.
saying
Your coach
Yeah.
said no,
No,
too.
when you were saying eating breakfast, I was thinking terrible, y'all.
Yeah.
I was thinking a bowl of ice cream for breakfast.
That is not
No.
breakfast.
I know it's not, but I'm just saying. I'm like
Yeah.
because I don't really eat breakfast
Yeah.
unless I'm going out to eat breakfast. I really don't.
So you have your coffee in the morning. You don't eat breakfast.
No,
What's your next meal?
might be at lunchtime. It all
Okay.
depends.
And how after you eat, how do you feel after you eat physically?
I don't eat all of my food, and my biggest thing is breakfast. Whether I'm eating breakfast or lunch or dinner, I never finish everything. I'm always taking food home or not finishing it.
Watching your portion size.
My big thing is the sweets, and that's sort
That's
of a
sweet.
constant.
Yeah.
To
That
be
comes
honest
from
with you.
Eating
breaking that. Yeah.
Eating late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sweets is addictive.
Yeah,
So the
it
more
is.
you have it, the more you want it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's breaking that slowly with whole foods would allow you to not crave as much.
I blame my grandparents for that because they used to say, "What do you want for dinner? What do you want for dinner?" And when they got to me, I said, "Pancakes." Whatever we wanted, my grandmother would. And it's just growing up that way and just not
Kept it
good.
that way.
Not
I
good.
ain't never
But
had
we
that
could, but
ass.
you could change it. What I was
You-
saying,
yeah,
this is
I
stories
believe
that
I-
we tell ourselves.
That is. It
Yeah.
is the stories
Yeah,
that
it's
we
the
tell
story we tell
ourselves that it's
ourselves.
not changing. It's too late. I'm too old. Like it's
Right.
been like this forever. This is just who I am. It's really changing that mindset and really wanting to change that.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of women decide to make those changes when it's too late. when all of a sudden they're in the hospital or they're
Right.
sick.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they find, and now they want to do all the things, and it might be too late.
Right.
Because honestly, that's what happened to my aunt.
Wow.
She suffered from diabetes. She, at that time, that's when I first started, and I didn't know as much about the health and wellness. Like, I knew a little bit, but not as much. And she came to me because I started my fitness classes at that time. She was like, "Oh, I need to exercise more." I was like, "Fine, come to exercises." But she was 4 months later, she passed. Wow. So it was just too late.
Yeah.
It was just too late for her. And that's really something that many of us are guilty of. We wait till the last minute until it's dire.
Right.
When everything that we suffering with our health is preventative with just small measures.
I feel like this conversation could just like go on and on.
Yes.
Because I got so many other things that I want to say that I want you to talk about. We didn't even really talk about like food and meal planning and all of those different things and how we prepare our foods. So I feel like it's a whole lot more that we could talk about. So I think you probably should be our resident, health and wellness coach.
I'm all about it.
So we're gonna probably have to have you back for another segment because there's more that we need to talk about.
It's a lot.
That our listeners need to know. But where can people find you at?
You guys could find me at Fit for a Better Me on Instagram. I have my new website up is B as in Brenda Green, like the color, healthcoaching.com. That's my new site now. So I'm transitioning my business and I'm really excited. So that site is up right now. So you could look at that. And you could find there how to reach me for one-on-one coaching. I do 12-week coaching programs. So kind of like what I did here with you guys, just giving some coaching. That's kind of what it looks like, and just a little bit more strategic and more specific to what your needs are. And then I also have, for those who don't want to do a 12-week program, I do have a DIY 30-day program where you'll get... you could jump on there at any time, but actually right now I'm running a cohort. So you get exercises that you could do from home. You get 3 exercises a week where you could do at any time, your own time at home. And you'll get some recipes, some meal recipes as well. You'll get habit prompts. So habits are really what I love doing, is teaching people different ways to just create those habits. So every week we have a new habit. This week, since it's the first week of the cohort, they're focusing on drinking water. That's one that's very underrated as well. Just like walking is drinking water. So I'm a big proponent at drinking water. As you see, I'm over here with my Yeti on my third one today. So drinking water and just different habit prompts to focus on that week. So even if you can get your exercise in, even if your meals are off, like, well, I have this one thing I could focus on this week. And that's what I give them. And that's a 4-week, 30-day, 4-week program that you could sign up to as well.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Well, listen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
This was a great conversation. Thank you so much. So listen, until we meet again.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of the Queendom State of Mind.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Queendom State of Mind podcast.
If you're enjoying the show, leave a review, like, share, and subscribe.
And follow us on social media at Queendom SOM.
Yay. You're right. We could have been